Oh, well, hello everyone. Good evening. Welcome along. Nice to have you here. Nice to be back on a Wednesday night. Having a look here at Aussie Nomads again and carrying on with our sort of farm build, start from scratch adventure that we're on, which is a bit of fun. Been looking forward to it. Go through and update you on what I've done. I've spent a little bit of time in here during the week since our last stream. Not much though, just to sell the silage bales. So you'll see. We have moved forward another month. We're into October, so our field over there in the distance that you can see, in fact, let's go have a look at it, is germinated. So that is the sorghum, I think it was, we planted last week, wasn't it? There we go. There's the sorghum field growing. It is all looking very good, except for my patch of grass, which I managed to change the seeder for, and I thought I'd overseeded, but didn't work. So there we are. We're stuck with a patch of grass in the middle of the field, so you can have a look at that and stare at that while I say hello to everyone. Bruce, good evening, mate. Welcome along. Nice to see you. Hello, Chinook. How you doing? Good to have you here, mate. Nicholas, can't sleep in Michigan, and this popped up. Perfect. Like to see that I can entertain people all around the world all at once. It's pretty awesome. Hey, Victor. Good morning, mate. Welcome along. Hanson, good morning to you as well. Corp, how you doing? He must be up late too, or early, depending on which way we look at it, but good to see you, my friend. Hey, Nismo. How you doing? Good to see you. Scott, good evening to you. Welcome along. Nice to have you all here. So yeah, because we're a bit further forward, I'll keep getting to the rest of you. I don't just want to stand in one spot. But because we've also skipped forward a little bit further, this is now growing a little bit further, so you can see it's definitely a lot taller. It says growth stage 3 or 4, so we're not too far away from having that ready to harvest another couple of months. And we'll be able to get our first crops done, which will be pretty exciting. Now the other thing I have done is sold the first of the silage bales, so you can see down there these ones are still grass, other ones that came off that field. This is 105 that will become silage. There's 3 there I didn't wrap because we're going to try and we'll keep those just in case we need them for the sheep. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. Heath, g'day mate, nice to see you. Good evening, Craig, how you doing? Nice to see you here as well. MDC Modding, howdy mate, welcome along. Go help out. You're so demanding, Nismo. So demanding. Hey, Grumpy Grey Farmer. Good morning, mate. To see you as well. Hey, Yaron. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're all well. Hope you're doing good. But the plan for tonight is basically to sort of get the sheep a little bit set up. So, like I said, we did sell a few more bales. We've gone up to 81. I think we started off at 65. So I sold another, basically 30 grand, 27 grand or something. We got up to 90, and then we had, when we skipped through to October, we lost about $6,000 or something. But anyhow, I want to finish getting these sheep set up and actually get some more sheep bought. So there's a few things we need to do at the moment. If I go and stand in the right spot, you can see we've got no water. Animal health is 0, so I'm assuming it is only the lack of water that's keeping their productivity down low, because I've got grass. But we need to get their health and puberty up. Of course, we only bought lambs too, so my plan would be is if we come down this way, is to sort out our pastures and then go through and buy a whole lot more sheep. Maybe get some older ones. Get a mix of young and old. I don't know. We'll figure that out. And then actually start getting some wool producing, because you know that's part of the plan. It's this whole empire. And I've reconsidered what we're going to do for the fencing in here. So that's the other thing I want to do. I'm going to spend about $35,000 maybe on fencing, maybe 40 grand. So we're going to spend about half the money on fencing. The other half will probably just about go on the sheep, and then we're going to bank on that little bit of silage to catch up on things. So that's kind of the plan. We'll get into that in just a bit. Hey, Pity, how you doing? Mr. Haythornthwaite is welcome along. You're here, welcome. 2 AM. Very late. G'day, Grizz. Hi, mate. Grant, how you doing? Good to see you. MDC Modding, you're from New Zealand too, are you? Awesome. Always nice to see a fellow Kiwi. Welcome along. Right, so the other thing I need to do is get some water, and I've got 2 things I need to do for water. One is get a water trailer, and we're going to, obviously there's the default ones, the ABI trailers, there's the Joskin trailer, which is, you know, what do we get? 2,000 litres, 6,000 litres, 7,300 litres. But I've actually gone and downloaded a couple of mods. So this one here, 10,000 litres for 2.5 grand. I think we will be getting hold of this. Gonna be pretty good. Spare wheel, don't need a spare wheel. Don't get punches in this area. I think, do we spend the extra bit of money? I'm not going to spend $1,000 on changing the colour, much as it'd be nice to. So we're going to do that. We're going to get that with some store deliveries as well. And actually, that'll be a good role for for our little tractor. But the other thing I was going to do as well is we need a water source. So I need to place down a well or something like that. So I've got a few options for a mod. Got a big water pack. I was thinking about putting a well down, but I couldn't figure out where to put it. I feel like it should just be something maybe hidden in amongst the trees, a water well. What do you reckon? Probably not have on top of the hill. You're not going to drill for water on the top of the hill. Probably going to be drilling quite some distance for water in Australia as well. But I don't know, maybe we could scatter it in amongst a tree somewhere. Or we just go and put like a fire hydrant, for want of a better description. You can get a pump. Maybe we just put something like that down in here and we can just fill it up from there. That might be just as good. A few different options. So that will be our water source. Save me having to try and back into a river or anything like that. So this is what we're going to be doing. Brian, welcome along. Hello, Argsy and chat from New Zealand. Another Kiwi. Good number of Kiwis in here tonight, at least those that I know. There's some Kiwi modders to mod for console, maybe for FS25. Maybe. I don't mind doing the Blender side of stuff, but I hate the Giants stuff with a vengeance. With a vengeance. Right. Where are we going to start? Well, what are the important things? The important things are the water. The fencing is kind of secondary because I can manage that with the expandable pastures, which we'll get up into having a look at soon. But the water's kind of the primary. So let's have a look at these containers and we'll put some water down somewhere. Kind of none that really, to me, makes sense or look appropriate out of that. I think the well's actually going to be the option. Little pond with your water. Yeah, I was thinking about Alchemount Modding's little well he has. It's pretty good, I reckon, because we're not going to use this bit here unless we expand the maybe we will expand the pastures in. Maybe it's a little well. Maybe it's over in these trees actually, because we're not really going to expand them to these ones. Let's go and have a look. There we go. I reckon maybe just sitting in here. A little well. Let's do that. There we go. And we're going to do a little bit of painting to it. We'll make it look like it's actually there for a purpose. What shape have we got there? Yeah. Right. Let's just get some wheel tracks heading into that. Hopefully that'll be close enough to the right width. I'll figure out what we'll do. Should we go around it? Here we go. That looks alright, eh? Looks a bit like it's meant to be there. Right. Same. What have I used actually? These concrete bricks. Those definitely don't look like concrete bricks to me. Let's use that same texture around there. Right, happy days. Right, just like it was always meant to be there. So that's that part done. Now, fingers crossed we can get some water from it. So let's go and have a look here and try and get some more water. Chinook, mate. Thank you, my friend. 20 gifted memberships. What are you doing? What are you doing? Right. Grant, Bruce, Grumpy Grey, Nismo, Loss of Time, Troy, DK, Bovine, Marcus, Ryan, Darren, Chris, Scooter, Strody, and Chris and Farmson Briscoe all still going. Paul, Farmer Ty, Elsinore, and Farm Ed Gaming all getting those gifted memberships. So you're a legend, mate. Thank you very, very much. You are too kind. Really too kind. You've got a few in the works when 25 gets announced. MDC modding. Interesting. Interesting. Well, you know where to find me if you want any testing or advice or suggestions or anything like that. Working from home with your mini me or mini tornado running around because it's vacation here and mum needed to work. Good fun. Good fun, Yoran. Heard the new DLC stuffed up. Yeah, I haven't had a play around with it. In fact, I've actually got it installed. Did I buy that in the end? I got distracted by... No, I didn't. By Chinook's generosity there. So we'll go back. We'll pick this up. So that's our 2.5 grand. Sorted. Right, I'm just going to grab... Where did I put that tractor? It's over this side. Yeah, I haven't even tested it out since... No, I'll put it over in this shed. Since they released it properly yet, Scott, so it'll be interesting to see what it's like. Hey, FSG, how you doing? Nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you. Hope you're all good. Right, so seeing we went and brought the little Zeta last time and it kind of didn't work the way we wanted it to do, might as well put it to work doing this. Load's still wrong with it. This is going to look tiny behind this, in front of this. Yeah, I knew you had Yoran. I think you told me last week, and I was a bit bummed actually because it's not. I certainly would have not recommended it to anyone. So I think in future I might be a little bit more circumspect in advance of suggesting people use my partner code to buy anything, because it's I certainly wouldn't be recommending it to anyone in its current state, that's for sure. Right, let's see if that's going to fill up now. Hop out. There we go, perfect. Look at that little well. Well, what have we here? Ryan Lee, you said you were going to do it, mate. Thank you very much. 100 Australian dollars. Shoot, thought it was 100 cents. That's awesome, mate. Thank you. You're a legend. Ryan offered to sponsor a community server for the multiplayers. And I said to him that, you know, I'm fortunate enough that G-Portal provide us with the servers, so we don't actually have to pay a cent. But he wanted to say thank you anyhow. So thank you, my friend. Very, very generous of you. Very much appreciated. Wish Giants had the licensing for SAM machinery, then I'll build some good old Kiwi fertilizer spreaders. Build them anyhow. Yeah, I do think, yeah, Yoran, it's a good learning. Right, we're gonna have a wee while to discuss this. I think by the looks of things, it's a good learning experience probably. That's you know, DJ put it really well actually. That as a content creator, we make stuff for you guys. You're our customer. You're our client. Would be the best way to put it, because you know, without you guys, without you watching and doing all that sort of thing, we don't have channels. So we want to give you the best advice and not be, you know, the default views, or have that sort of view where people say, oh, you're just doing that because you're a Giants partner, so, you know, you're a Giants fanboy, or you're a Giants billboard or anything like that. It's not the case. I think yeah, I think the way DJ said it was pretty good. About integrity. It's also about spelling, FSG. Can't take you seriously when you can't spell agree. Agree-wee. Already Giants fanboys. Well, there is that too, no. There is that too. Right. Let's haul our way in here. Spelling's overrated. We can get some water into this. Alright. Here's our trigger. Oh, we're going to stop in time. Talking about a Ford with no brakes. We've got a Zeta with very few. How many litres? Oh, it's taken 1500. Not a huge amount. Right, I'm going to just park this out of the way so I can make sure I can do my fencing the way I want to do my fencing. I saw the word you. I did. You got me. Haha. Funny. Right. So let's find out if, has anyone noticed? Which side am I looking? The logo. I got myself a nice new where is it? Here we go. Oh, that side. at the supercars the other day. A nice Ampol Red Bull Racing top. It's very cool. Right, so we're going to jump in here. So if you've missed previously, I've used the expandable pastures mod, and the way I wanted to use the expandable pastures mod was basically I was going to break this section into 6 fields, and then I've got the grazing mod in, so the sheep can graze the grass. But I've actually since decided I'm going to break it into just 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 reasons. One, it will allow me to have more sheep, and 2, I have to put less fences up, so it costs a whole lot less. So if we just jump back in here, and the reason I wanted this on is because I wanted to see. So basically, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3 fields. And I'm going to link them along here. So I'm actually going to build a fence that goes basically along the back edge of here. And I'm going to put some pastures along this, and then I'm going to put a gate into each of these so that the sheep can come in and out. And depending on which pastures, I'm going to have the gate open, and it'll look like they're going in and out of it. So that's the plan. Let's see if it'll work. So first things first, going to get to our fencing and try and build our fence. Now that's the one we've used, and we'll have to put the gates in. I'm assuming I'm going to be able to break the gates. Can't see those anymore. That's our fixed one. That one's not going to change because that's the one for the pasture. So to try and turn on some snapping, go. It's really snapping the way I thought it would. Can't even tell how many fences long that is. And then this whole grass bit along here, I'm going to put a full pasture along too. So that looks alright there, eh? There's 15 grand of our fencing gone. Oops. Why is that not going to finish? No. Excuse me. But then I want to do that. There we go. Alright, so that's the first one done. Now, let's do this. Let's be a little bit crazy. I'm going to count how many poles there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to keep my mouse on it. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 2, 3, 4, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 30. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 40. 1, 2, 5, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 80. So what's 80 divided by 3? 80 divided by 3. Quick maths. We need, well, 81 would be, what, 27? So we do a 27. 1, 2, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Now I can't count it. I needed the fence snapped on. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. You know, someone once made a whole lot of money by counting 27. I counted 27, counted to 100,000. Right, that one there. Bonus points if you know who that was that I'm talking about. Alright. Do that once more. Yes, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27. That one. FS22 can't spell Argsy, can count. It's a special talent I have. Right, so that should be our 3 pastures. Now, let's go and do this. Turn those on. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. That one. That one. Get rid of that one. Alright, I'm going to start again now. Cheers everyone. That is a 18-year Glenmorangie, I think it was. Or was it Glenfiddich? I can't remember. Now, it was a gift from a friend for doing some drawings for them for their house. Very, very nice. Right. So, next job. We lower that one back down. We just managed to get that in the right spot. It's pretty close actually. Almost should have been one more pole over. That's right. Now, if we go to pastures, so extendable pastures, so I think I want the 10 by 50. And we're going to snap those. Oh. Oops. It's kind of hard to know if I'm actually lining it up or not, if I'm doing them all at the same height, but let's just offset that one just a touch. Okay. Gonna be the better way to do it, isn't it? Look straight down. Okay. This one I don't actually want to go quite as fast, so we might have to use the 10 by 25. One like that. Okay. So those are our permanent areas. Could actually do another row down here, but that'll do for now. That's just so the sheep can get up and down between the fields. Now, magic. We go to decoration. Let's put our gates in. How big are these gates? Terrain too steep, is it? Okay. So no. Lines with another item. So we need to break 3 sections of fencing. I don't want to sell those. I'm trying to break the gate. No, don't tell me that I can't do this. No, I can. Okay. This is a little bit of a trick for young players, isn't it? I'm not trying to sell the pasture. If I demolish enough to have put the gate in, that's my question. I have. What do you mean it collides with that? Get this in the right spot. Yeah. Ah. Damn snapping. How much money I can blow trying to do this. Right. Right. There we go. That looks better. Right, I bet you I'm going to have I'm not going to have any luck putting gates in here, am I? It's going to be too steep. Yep. And I can do it that way. Let's see what happens here then. Oh no. No, I don't have any flat bits in that field. This one here I'll be right. I should be able to do it right down the bottom here. I might have to extend the animal pasture down to it. Is that terrain too steep as well? My gosh. About the small one. Steep for that too. Well, bar humbug. Alright, we'll just leave some openings in the fence then. I'm just going to have to pretend. All good plans. Alright, just falling apart. Alright, let's finish this off because I think we need a fence that goes to there. We don't want our sheep getting out. Collision. Damn you and your smart game giants. Seems too steep there. That in the middle then. Alright, there we go. That'll do. That'll do. That's working alright though. Yeah, the issue as well. Seems to prioritise deleting pastures, yeah. Oh, I could, yeah, that's a good point. I can open those gates up, can't you? Good thinking. Good thinking. That's why you paid the big bucks. No, terrain. Was that terrain too steep as well? No, it's too steep there. Good thing I'm not building on the side of a hill, isn't it? Alright. We might have a play, or I might do some terrain leveling at some stage. So, now I've got 1, 2, 3 pastures. It is pretty steep actually when you get out here, isn't it? There's our sheep. Happy days. Right. So the last thing I need to do to finish my masterpiece off is we actually need to do more expandable pastures. Smallest one is a 5x5. 5x10, where's that? This is the one for through the gate to link them in to the pasture. Okay. There's my opening in this one right there. Okay. And last but not least, it's right down the bottom. That's okay. It all overlaps. In fact, they don't even need to actually overlap, of course, either. They don't even have to be touching. This is just if you want them visually touching. So, that is everything done except for the main pasture. So, if I set one up, it's going to be our first one, which should fit in there. And like that. A bit of space, don't we? In fact, if I spin it around and do it from the top corner, I'll know we're lapping everything the right way. Smash that one there. Smash that one. Overlap the other end. Yeah. Again, don't actually need the overlap, do we? And that will limit, that will set our numbers for our animals. So they're all down there now. Got that gate closed. Though, of course, in fact, probably leave that open because they'll come through here. All right. What have I got left? 27 grand. Way to blow all your money. So let's come down into here. And let's have a think. So what's our capacity? So we've got room for 271 sheep and all of that. So I think what I might do, so what's 100 of these is going to be what, 20 grand, or 100 of those is 48 grand. 50 of those, 50 of those. I don't want to start producing some wool now, but maybe we play the long game. More now for a longer period. Bearing in mind they'll reproduce, or less now, which will actually start reproducing sooner. Maybe less now, which will start reproducing sooner. That's going to be better, isn't it? I'm going to be waiting 8 months just for them to even have the chance. So it's 13 months till they start producing. I can pay double and a bit to start producing in 5 months and get wool off them. So I think that's actually going to be the better purchase. Right, 60's 32, so we can afford 50, but it literally leaves us 400 bucks. Let's go for 40. That leaves us a little bit of a healthier buffer. Yes. All right. There we go. Is there any? Yeah, all down here. All down here. All down here. But haha, there's an invisible gate and you can't get through. So now, when I want to get more sheep. Oh, why are they in there? There's no pasture in there. They're lost. Those ones are lost. I wonder if it needs a refresh or something. So now what I'm going to do is I'll put 2 more of these in this pasture and then delete those 2, and that'll effectively move them over. So the idea should be that as they graze, we've got the grazing mod on, that should build their food up. Let's go and have a look. It hasn't taken it away yet. I think it does it overnight, but how much food have they got? They're only at 750, but I think it sits at 750 and doesn't go down. I think that's how it works. Anyhow, that seems to have worked. So there we go. That's all I wanted to do for the sheep. I'm done. Done. 30 minutes. 30 minutes and we're done with the sheep. Right. We're just going to leave that up there because we'll need more water. Gate's shut. All right. Let's go and carry on with something else. And something else is going to be getting back out the mower and starting on the next field. So we're going to find the John Deere, which is down this way. And we'll go get started. In fact, we need diesel in this too. Shea, I'm doing good. How are you? Nice to have you here. Welcome along. Missed saying good evening to you. I did see your message there earlier. You'd see my field pasture command script to you, but I can't find it. It would level the land and could create a drain around or level the land. Ah. In game, or would that need a is that in Giants Editor? You can do that. It's pretty cool though. Alright, let's get the Batwing out. Now, this field here, what are we going to do? Now, I was going to leave a grass strip down the centre, or down this edge. Hopefully enough that Courseplay will recognise the 2 fields. And the idea would be if we were to buy more land in that direction, that could be a access strip. So let's make it sort of wide enough that it can be that. I'm making this up as I go a little bit with what we're going to do. Might just bring up the mini-map. What angle are we running at? Let's see if we can run this at 360. Because I don't think the other field I did at 360. Let's see what that turns out like. If we want to come back a little bit later. So it's my warrior. I'm seeing the yield map down there is showing it up as 1 field, but yeah, see, I should have done that other field on more of a right angle. That's right. Maybe we'll just have a big strip down the middle. Sheep the way I've been talking about for ages. Yeah, that's my plan. Now we're just gonna have to see if it'll hopefully it's gonna work. I'm looking forward to it. I wonder if I restart the game whether it would fix some of those sort of visual glitches with those few in the wrong spot, but whether it's because I deleted some. We should get to a spot here where we don't own the land. Ooh. Why is that still mowing? I must have gone over. Surely I've gone over the land border. Well and truly over it. That's interesting. Okay. I'm sure last time it told me I couldn't mow that far. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of what I've wanted to do with cattle or something, is being able to move them from A to B. Alright, hopefully that doesn't ruin anything with our field. This one's going to be quite big. The waters are very wide. Yeah, but I'm sure this one here didn't actually go past it, and that looks like it's gone a long way past it, so... Oh, we'll find out. We'll see what happens. Oh, is it the real mower mod, Ray? Ah. Have I got that turned on? Yeah, it is. Okay, it's real mower. So I should turn that off. That button. That would make sense. Had the same problem. Oh, there we go. We can learn from our shared experiences. I'm just going to clip this tree, aren't I? Have I done it? Have I judged it? Oh. Quite. Chop it. Yeah, it's gone, Ryan. Consider it gone. Mate, after a $100 donation, I mean, you could tell me to do anything, I'd just about do it. Not really. I shouldn't open myself up to those kind of offers, should I? It's dangerous territory, that is. Yeah, see, I knew someone would jump on that one pretty quick. Here's my next question then. Will Courseplay create a course on that? It will. But it's defined that bit. Alright, I'm going to have to go and we're going to have to go and fix that. Speaking of a donation, Chinook, have you been drinking, mate? Cut it out. Thank you, buddy. You've already given 20, that's another 10. Goodness, mate. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I probably won't be able to paint it now, though, because I don't own it, will I? Oh, no, I can. Have an eternal strip of grass in there. That's one thing I don't like, is there's no... I don't think we can plant... That's the only grass we can put, which is the meadow grass, not the other grass. I don't... Oh no, there's grass. There's a grass option. Oh, excellent. I stand corrected. Never know it was there. Thank you again, mate. Very much appreciated. NM Wilder, Mr. Ware, JMB Panda Loves, The Mindful Man, Old Cranky, Metz, Tim Matthews, Don Scomble, James, and Ryan. Nice, mate. Right, let's see then now if I can get that to pick up the field. There we go. Fixed it. Right, well, I'm going to set this up to do some courseplay mowing, and then I'm going to get the windrower. Just try and sort of accelerate some of our work here. Open and close generator. Let's do one tool. Let's do 4 headlands. Working with sounds about right. Start on headlands and hand direction, field center up and downs. Open close course generator. Let's go. Generate field work course. No, I know. We got FSG saying go Chinook. Corp says thank you Chinook, and Scott says knock it off Chinook. Oh, funny. You made the same mistake. Hey, Dazed, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Tim Evans, 40 Australian dollars super chat. Thank you very much, mate. You're a legend. Thank you, thank you. Very generous community tonight. You guys are all awesome. Right, that course looks pretty good to me. What do you reckon? Should also be able to go have a look at our waypoints. And if we go up here, hopefully, I'm mowing a bit that it'll do, but we won't have to go around the headlands either. Hey Strady, how you doing? Good to see you. Right, let's click on nearest. Boom. It works. Right, let's follow around this for a little bit and just make sure that everything does work how I want it to before we go and grab the windrow. Now the windrow, I'm actually thinking of trying to windrow. I think that windrow you can narrow down a little bit. I might try and windrow a bit narrower just to avoid those pickup issues we had with the baler last time. Oh, we'll see how we go. No, I'm not. Cheer, not on Patreon. Keep it simple. It's hard enough trying to manage things with members and all of that just on YouTube. So I just stick to doing things on YouTube. I'll go for silage, Ryan. So my plan, my policy is, if it's a first time field, I'll mow it and make silage. The sheep just take plain grass, so I don't actually need grass, and I'm hoping with the grazing mod, and that grass, that they'll graze the grass, and then the idea is I can move them. So I'm hoping that's going to work. If that doesn't work, then we might have to reconsider some things, but turn on real mower, that's a good call. Let's just pause that from there. Oh, real mower turn off. Yeah, that's done. Pick those up. We probably won't see any now to be able to test it for a wee while. But yeah, silage, baling silage is easier. And I don't actually have a tedder to make any hay, and I'm down to 3 grand now as well. And we're paying Courseplay worker to do this. So I'm going to have to find out. I wonder how far away from fermenting that grass is. In fact, we can find out through this wonderful tool. If you show locations, we've got some at 66 to 99% and some at 33 to 66%. So hopefully it's not too much further to go. There's an Aussie sheep pen, is there, Tim? Where's that? See you, Corp. Rest easy, mate. Hope your lungs don't give you too much grief tonight. But yeah, pleasure having you here. Have to run around with a little fan to get there through your grass for that. Hey, I know, right? Oh, Chinook. Thank you. Thank you. Another 5 gifted memberships. What's that? 35. You're a star. Thank you, mate. Disturbed, Rob, Francesco, Brian, and of course Artemis. I don't know how we'd I'm going to run out of members to be able to gift them to at this rate. You guys are awesome. Yeah, for sure, Tim. Yeah, drop me a DM. Just on Discord if you're on Discord. Exclamation mark Discord if you're not. You like one of your FS3 streams. Steady on, Mark. Steady on. But no, thank you all very much. You guys are awesome. You're really awesome. It's been an interesting interesting couple of weeks with Farm Sim. Kind of don't know where it's going, to be honest. What are my personal thoughts on state of multiplayer? What do you want to see in the future? That's a very good question too, Steve-O. Welcome along, mate. That's an interesting question. It's one I've actually been giving a lot of thought lately. I put a poll up, if you haven't seen it on YouTube. I had 400 votes, and it's pretty much a almost even 50-50 split between people who have played on multiplayer and those who have not, which kind of surprised me. I actually thought there would have been less. I thought there would have been less had played it. I thought it might have been, I don't know, 2/3, 1/3 hadn't played multiplayer before. But yeah, for whatever reason. Why have I got a concentration of sheep? What are you lot alright? It's like just this concentration of them there. They've all gone to the middle of the field. It's like it's the middle point between the, I can't jump up on the fence post, there we go. It's like it's the middle point between sort of the diagonal line of the pastures. Sheep are herding. Yeah, they saw one in there and they thought, we've all got to be in there. Come on, off you go. Off you go now. Sheepish antisocial group. This is the antisocial group down here, Dazed. Like, yeah, I'm living my best life down here. No one knows about the shade and the good grass down here. Good grass at the bottom because any moistures run down the hill and all the minerals are down here, so it's tastier grass. But not going to tell anyone that one. Right, wouldn't right. But curious on my thoughts on DLC. Actually been entertaining listening to runs videos in the background. We'll get to that then. So well, you're probably not around for very long days, though. You're gonna have to shoot off. But let's start on multiplayer. So I was very interested to find it was such an even split on people who hadn't played multiplayer. But I've got a few ideas. And it was quite interesting asking people's opinions on why they have, why they haven't, getting some feedback on what might help them come and play. Some people just, feel a little bit uncomfortable doing it, don't want to come into a established community and sort of upset the apple cart, so to say. Others socially don't like the whole idea of it, just a bit uncomfortable with it all. So what I'm thinking, I was actually giving some thought to, was setting up almost like a, I've called it, well, I'm borrowing this from the Destiny community. They call them Sherpas. The Sherpa is someone who will help, and Destiny might have stolen it from Dungeons and Dragons or World of Warcraft or, I don't know, something. But basically a Sherpa guide someone through doing one of a challenge, whether it's a raid or a strike or a mission or something like that. So I just kind of suggested the idea of what about if you had half a dozen or a dozen seasoned multiplayer players in the community, if you paired them with a new player. So for example, some guy has never played multiplayer before, doesn't know how to join, doesn't know what to do when he does join, doesn't want to, leave all the equipment dirty and get told off. So he is paired with someone and he gets basically a buddy. He might be Argsy. And Argsy's the greatest player in multiplayer ever. And Farm Sim guy learns a lot from him and has a person he can DM or communicate with and ask stupid questions without being embarrassed to do it in sort of more of a general Discord type setting. Doesn't want to post in somewhere and get told off for it or something like that. They can discreetly say, well, what do I do here, or what needs to be done. That was kind of my idea about having like this buddy system or Sherpa system, new players. And some people kind of like the idea of it. And then other people just see, it's hard if you're coming into an established server to join. Some people like the whole multiple farm, sort of semi-realistic roleplay sharing aspect, kind of like what we've got running on the Oaks and things like that. Obviously what FSG's had with a couple of his servers. We've got And then other people like the whole communal challenge type thing too. So I guess it's hard to cater to everyone's needs. But yeah, I don't know what would improve it. I think it's just people being comfortable with it, getting involved with it. I don't know. Sure, something will come out. Isn't it just a co-op multiplayer? Yeah, I know. I'd love to see servers that had more of a, like I love what Farmers Only Club and I know FSG Realism are doing it with, like having a kind of live ecosystem of servers where you can be on one server and you can do something and you can be on another server and kind of share resources or sell crops and those kind of things. You know, if there was more ability within the game to have that kind of cross-server, cross-community ecosystem, that'd be kind of cool. Bloody hard to do, I would have thought. I don't know, I'm not a programmer, so. But yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. I'd love to get more people involved in multiplayer, because multiplayer is a huge amount of fun. It's, you know, it's such a great way to play the game. But moving on, as for the DLC dazed, your question. Obviously, as FSG said, it's an epic fail. The thing that caught me the most with it was how untested it was. Literally, I think FSG and I were messaging each other. We'd had it for maybe an hour and a half each, and we're like, "Can you get this to work?" No, I can't get it to work either. And there was about 4 different things we tried. Did you notice the sheds? Some of them only snap 90 degrees when you place them. Yep. Why doesn't the beet cutter dump into trailers? You know, things that just shone out to us in the first 1 hour of just trying to set it up and understand how it works. And it's kind of like, have you actually given this to anyone to test? Has anyone, like, actually, other than Giants going through and saying, does it meet our QA processes, has anyone actually gone through and tested this and how a player is going to pick this up? A newbie hasn't been involved in the development of it or anything like that, doesn't know what the intent behind it all was. Are they going to be able to pick this up and play it? Because in the state it was, or is, just wasn't possible. $5 million for 100 litres VX. I saw that. I saw you say that. It was strange. Such a strange system. And the other thing I find hard is the complete radio silence. Like, there was nothing from, there's no acknowledgement from Giants or DMI. It's kind of like, you know, end of the day, the bucklights were Giants. And I made the analogy to the FSG. It'd be like he says to me, I say to him, I want to make a video and I want you to put it on your channel. He's like, yeah, cool. What's it going to be about? Oh, it's going to be this and we're going to call it that. He's like, yeah, cool. Okay, let's do that. And then I finish it off and say, right, it's done. Here it is. Upload it and go for it. And he goes, okay, cool. I'm just going to upload it and not even... Oh, you've got the thumbnail looks right. You've got the title done. I'm not going to bother looking through the content and see what you've put in there. I'm just going to trust you've done the right job and it all works because you've tested it yourself. And then I'm going to put it up on my YouTube channel and, you know, it's my name on it in the end. And that's the thing that just caught me the most is, like, you know, no one in their right mind is going to do that. And it kind of feels like that's exactly what happened here. They just relied on DMI having everything done properly. I touched on it, when we touched on it a little bit during Logging League, that you've still got to feel for the people behind the scenes. Like, you know, these people poured their, you know, a lot of time and effort into this and producing it. So, you know, still hats off to them and certainly not taking anything away from the fact that they've made some nice looking models, they've made some nice looking sheds. I just think Giants have completely misread what the community want and what the community expect when it comes to a third-party DLC. That's completely it. There's not enough transparency or openness or anything around what does a third-party DLC, how do you get into it? Like, if I wanted to do a third-party DLC, there's no guidelines, there's nothing. Do I just ring Giants or contact Giants and say, hey, I've got this cool idea for a third-party DLC, will you publish it? And can I get paid for it? I think it's just it's a little bit too, I don't know, secretive. Hello Thomas, I saw you there, mate. Hi and bye. We'll catch you on the weekend, mate. Good to see you. Cool to see Giants officially adding service for multiplayer when FS25 comes out. As in open to anyone, like open world multiplayer servers. It would be carnage. Yeah, I agree. And like I found it really hard, like with my anywhere object storage mod, right? I've got people, and I got another message on the video today. He's like, you know, your mod's fantastic, but it doesn't work. And I was like, I know it doesn't work. I've sent it to Giants to get it fixed. But in their testing of the fix, which moved 2 nodes and 2 transform groups, I've come back with 5 different errors, and now it's got to go through the testing process again. And I have to hope that I've managed to answer those questions so that it'll get approved. I'm sorry, that's all I can do. It's kind of weird. Like, he's like, you know, it's a great mod, but I've got 150 bales on now, can't access. And I don't disagree with what they've come back with. I was like, yeah, okay, that's fair, that's fair, that's fair. But they're not game-breaking things like the fact you can't get your bales. It's tough. It's tough. It's a tough old world out there. We'll take this row off. I might actually go and hook the baler up. I'm a little bit worried. Now, someone mentioned changing the wheels. I think this tractor has a larger diameter wheel on it, so we might go and maybe cheat the system a little bit with a little bit of easy dev and money, and see if we can just reset the wheels on this to a slightly larger diameter, because that is apparently, was it Grizz? I think you said about it last week, eh? If you have a bigger diameter wheel, the baler rides over the windrow a whole lot better. Well, I haven't looked yet how to do it. Some of the issues could be how to do it, like how do I communicate with those? How do I link Discord with YouTube? Do I need headphones? Oh, for multiplayers, yeah, some good ideas, Jason. I'd be down with that. Yeah, and actually, Chinook and I were talking about it, and it's something I'm going to do, because we're looking at changing up the maps on the servers. So the guys on Alma, Missouri, I think have only got 3 more fields to do, and then they've bought the whole map and harvested every field twice. That's awesome. Amazing achievement. Yeah, definitely going to be looking to refresh that one. And Shellbrook's kind of there. We've done the primary challenge. Am I going to be able to disconnect this with it unfolded? I am. Okay, cool. Let's go over to the workshop, see what we can cheat. And then, yeah, we're looking at probably replacing Shellbrook with a larger map. So, yeah, plan is to do a little bit of a sort of video to say, here's where our servers are, this is what, you know, how to join, what you need to do, what the sort of theme of each of the servers is. Oh, where's my trigger? Am I not close enough? Yeah, much junk in the way now. I thought the whole floor would be the trigger, but... Alright, there we go. So let's have a look. So... double wide tyres, that one lifted it up. Those look to be the best, don't they? Compared to what I did have on, which was double wide 6. I had on those ones. I think I'm going to go with those, double wide 6. And what's it going to cost me? 22 grand. So, close your eyes. Did I say 22,000? Right, let's customize that. Let's see if that fixes that. Nothing's changed, it's still the same tractor. Still got dual tires on it, we're just changing the type of dual size. Need a podcast video so I can rant. Right, when are we going to do it? It's about, yeah, the bale storage is still on the mod hub. Yeah, it's still there. But the update I've submitted for it isn't there. And they retest the update, and the update, they won't pass the update because they said it doesn't work because it doesn't meet a couple of standards. Like, well, one, why did you bloody well pass it in the first place? Two, people now can't use it properly, and I've fixed those things. Why can't you say, well, I can't, even if I'd even just love them to say, well, here's an undertaking to fix everything, but can you at least publish this now so people can have it working? But I don't know, I'm almost to the point where I'm going to put the fix on itch and allow PC players to have it, and console players will just have to wait. I don't know. It's not ideal, it's not fun, but that's kind of where we're sitting at the moment. I didn't even put any diesel in that tractor either, it's going to run out, isn't it? Got to do that. Oh gosh, I've missed so much now. Third, yeah, scripts being added, that's right, Mark. Yeah, Day isn't so. I mean, Days, I know you've had. When that farm production pack came out and I saw the vegetable washer, you know you were the first person I thought of, and FSG was the same. It was the first thing. All for a podcast by us, Jason. We've been talking about it actually. We were secretly, well, quietly, not secretly, because we know nothing. But we were quietly hoping that there might have been a game announcement by now, and we could have had something exciting to discuss. But there's nothing to talk about. But yeah, keep an eye out. We're working on it. Hopefully in maybe something like a monthly podcast type show. Something we're thinking about doing. All in favour of an FSG rant podcast. I'm going to have a mute button though, aren't I, Grant? Do we need a talking stick? Yeah, that could work. Yeah. Yeah, it would have been great. Like, people who've had these ideas and want to do things like Dazed, for example. You know, singling you out there, mate. But, you know, I know what you wanted to do with potatoes, and it would have been awesome. And you wanted to do it for everything. And it's basically, do you think it'd be interesting now? How long do you think DMI have been working on that for? How long have they had that in the background? And when you've approached Giants and talked to them about this idea, if they like said no, can't do it, and then on the basis that, well, that's because we know DMI are doing something exactly the same. Gotta say, Grizz, thank you for the suggestion on the larger tires, because this seems to be working much better. What would we... We'd have to get a couple of rocking chairs, Grant, so we could sort of rock the air of the pipe out the side of our mouth and rant, wouldn't we? Be like the who are the two old guys on the Muppets sit up on the balcony and heckle? That's FSG and I. Can't remember their names. Why some good modders left modding behind. So, speaking of good modders, just a little bit of a change of subject. I saw a video today on a channel called The Wilderness Studio, which I didn't know I'd subscribed to, and I decided I'm going to watch this video and see who this person I'm subscribed to. It was CJ from Elk Mountain Modding, and he has released a little 3-minute video. Basically changed his channel name, gave a bit of an update on what's been happening in his life and why he's been a little bit quiet in the circles, but sounds like he's going to be setting up wants to well, he's been spending some time learning Unreal Engine 5 and has plans to develop his own game with what he's learnt through FarmSim, modding for FarmSim and things like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. And if his environment design for Elk Mountain was anything to go by, whatever, and his name's the Wilderness Studio, whatever it is he's got planned up, could be impressive, could be awesome to see. So keep an eye out for that. Waldorf and Statler, thank you, Grant. Yeah. Argsy and FSG. Grumpy old men. We're having quite a good, bit of heavy rain at the moment. I can hear it out there, smashing the windows. Front rolling through. Hard to read chat while I'm trying to navigate my way around with this thing. 6-month lead time on this with all the contracts and stuff. I never approached Giants, to be fair. I just worked with in the right. I thought you were going to talk to them and because you were having the errors because of the DLC requirement. Okay. Alright. I won't mislead people anymore. I mean, I'm good at it, but I'll try not to. Yeah. Out of the way. Oops. I didn't mean to. Sorry, Mr. Bale. You're in the way. Come on as a guest, don't think there's anyone grumpier or ranty than me. Deal. Oh, funny. Yeah, hey Big Demo, how you doing? Good to see you. Unhappy Hour podcast. I'm sure we could come up with something good. All names and ideas considered. Hey Tam, good to see you, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. At least it's not a creek. No, a bale I can drive over a bale. I can't drive out of a creek. Very true. Thank you, Chinook. How do you what? Yos? Please enlighten me further. How do you support the channel? Lots of ways. A like and a thumbs up. Which is the same thing. A thumbs up on the video would be a great start. Argsy and FSG talk crop. There he is, Mr. Bovine. How are you, buddy? I've just been lurking in there waiting for the right time to come in and say something. You're gonna have to respond to my message on Discord, mate. What are you going to tell me you have now, have you? No. FSG's messaging me topics. Do you know what's funny, mate? I should send you, I started writing something today. I'll send you it later. For the first episode, what the topic would be. What have you missed so far? Well, we got our sheep kind of working. There's more going in the middle. That is bizarre. I feel like exiting the game, saving the game and exiting and seeing what happens. So I've built out the sheep pens or the sheep pastures the way I wanted to using the expandable pastures mod. But for whatever look, there's more of them running into the middle. For whatever reason, all the animated sheep in the pasture are all congregating in one spot. It's like they're trapped in like some, I mean, they're just sheep being sheep, but it is. I mean, it is what it is, but a little bit of a weird one. But yeah, other than that, I've just been ranting about DLC and talking about multiplayer servers and I've had some very generous people in chat. Ryan came through with 100 Aussie dollar super chat. Tim came through with a $40 Aussie super chat. A couple of generous critters there, and Chinook's donated 35 gifted memberships. So it's been a very very generous community tonight. It's been awesome. They are flocking useless. I agree. It has hit the fan. It's the great escape. Well, they're not escaping anywhere. I'm going to have to go over and look at this again, because it doesn't surprise me on this map that something like this had happened when I'm trying to use something like this, but no more. There's what, one, but this isn't even part of the expandable pasture. Like, the expandable pasture is there. There's my expandable pasture, and there's literally, what, one sheep there, one up there, and even old mate down here who's in the good spot, he's got up and left. So, I don't know, I've broken something. They've all escaped. It's like they're detecting that there's like a line that goes diagonally through there, and they're in the middle of it. Don't know, it's a bit strange. The zombie sheep. What was that movie? We were talking about that the other day. Oh, that was a Peter Jackson, one of Peter Jackson's earliest ever movie. It wasn't The Frighteners, was it? Oh, Black Sheep. 2006, it wasn't actually an early movie. Black Sheep, that's right. No, that wasn't it. That was Jonathan King. I thought Peter Jackson did one. Bad Taste. Is that it? No, not that one. I don't know. It is Black Sheep. Yeah, okay. I thought it was a Peter Jackson movie. It's not. Funny. Anyhow, yeah. They're hanging out there for whatever reason. That's fine, that's their choice. I'm not going to make them do something they don't want to do. Right, let's go and do a little bit more windrowing. But otherwise, we've finished building out the sheep pasture the way I wanted it to do. We've skipped forward a month, so the sorghum's growing, complete with the strip of grass that I managed to overseed in that last time. And we're just getting our third field now opened up and done. The outcasts. And as soon as that mower's finished, I'm going to try and set up the old courseplay bale wrapping as well. We can get that working. So we can get through this a whole lot quicker than last time. Safety in numbers is security from the lunatic Kiwi running around the fields. I know, right? Probably, he's coming for us. We had actually had a nice lamb roast the other night. Beautiful piece of meat. I worried about not bailing past where the baler had to go, but where the mower still was going, but I didn't think about the windrow. Right. We'll get around. There we go. Black Sheep. Everyone's telling me it's Black Sheep. For some reason I was thinking it was like a Peter Jackson movie. Anyhow. Trying to protect them from Sunday lunch, Brian. Some chook's not spreading out. Might do a test with Zelma, and you've moved pastures. It might be, maybe it's because I deleted the pastures and haven't reloaded the game, possibly. Maybe after deleting them I should have reloaded. No, maybe we'll do a test of that in a minute. Maybe we'll let that mower finish, and once it's finished its course, then we can have a go at testing that out. See what happens. Does anyone watch Clarkson's Farm? Can't wait for season 3. Yeah, I saw that. That's this weekend. Friday even, is it? The 3rd. Will be Friday. 4th for us. Use the course off the baler instead of the bale wrapper. Is that right? I don't have a course for the baler because I haven't set one up yet, but it's good to know. Tractor's not really made for this kind of work. BF's birthday. I saw that share. 47 years young. Make sure I wish him a happy birthday. Thank you for the reminder. I haven't got the baler on course. No, I haven't. No. But I haven't thought about doing it that way either, to be honest. But use the mower course for everything. Mower courses are great, aren't they? Windrow courses are probably better though, aren't they? Because you can windrow and everything else. I don't know. Each their own. Well, I'm going to hit the fence. Oh, tractor missed, but I'm not going to get around with this thing. Right. I'm out of breath. I'm all dehydrated now after that excessive ranting. Always do a separate course for the rower and start from the centre spiral outwards, then can use that for the baler and shouldn't get stuck. That's a good point. I'll do the bales last. I often, the other way to do it is to do the inner field first. And then just do headlands last with the windrower and baler. That can work too, because you don't run over them. To be fair, I'm not overdoing grass, but I'm really looking forward to getting a combine out on this map. I'm going to go with that. So we might find ourselves... If I can get this field done. This field feels big, but I'm going to have to figure out if it's as big as the other one. Actually got the work mode turned on. And put a pic of your vintage gear in Discord. Cool, mate. I've already got the combine. I've only got $2,000. I can't buy another one. I have got, what have I got? Case. There we go, 2188. And I've got a, what is it, a 30-foot header? 20-foot header. 20-foot header, so it's going to take some time. Be a bit of a mission. Not be too bad. Should not be too mad. Did you miss an Argsy rant? Wasn't really a rant, Scott, but we just got talking about the DLC. Or the Farm Productions Packer. I can't even call it a DLC. Like, get me started again. It's like they've completely forgotten about the game. It's like it doesn't exist. Again, talking to FSG there, he made a really good point. Could you imagine being a content creator who was full-time making just farming simulator content, and the developer you relied on to release the game completely screwed it up, and no one played it, and therefore no one watched your content? I mean, that's the real risk for some people out there. And the fact that using the DLC, while it's only small in comparison, you know, it's a real concern that that's what they've done. It really, I don't know. Just everything about it, from the fact it didn't work, to the fact there was no communication about what was being done to fix it, or no acknowledgement of the fact that it didn't work. And there's still been no acknowledgement of the fact that it didn't work, really, other than saying we've released a patch for some of the issues. Not even DMI have said anything on their Facebook page or anything to say, you know, we've worked through everything and apologies or anything like that. Just like nothing's happened. There was a company here in New Zealand called LV Martins. Since closed down, they used to do electrical items and, you know, appliances and that sort of stuff. And their slogan was the putting right that counts. And it's so true. Paul, good to see you, mate. Thank you for continuing your time as an AG team member. Much appreciated, mate. Much appreciated. I've thought about that MDC modding. I think we've just close your eyes and power through it. We've talked about it before on a stream. Like, I've got DM models in the map in the game. Could those be brought into to become dares for, you know, for farming? I've thought that. Did someone say mint sauce? The real treat's mint jelly. Mint jelly's even better than mint sauce. Staying away from it, yeah, fair enough too. Your favourite so far? For all the drama. You're sitting there with your popcorn. I know you. Your 3D glasses and popcorn. Just waiting there in enjoyment of all the discussions. Meat productions and deer farming. I think meat productions is never ever going to happen because it requires the slaughtering of animals, and that would greatly reduce their G rating. Toodles. Funny you say that though. Well, I'm intrigued as to how people have got calves to work. Have they created their own models for the calves? And rabbits? Have they put their own animated objects, animated models in there? Pretty impressive that they have. You enjoy judgment without scope. Right. Get this out of the way. So what do you reckon? Is this field our biggest? Is this our biggest field now? I feel like it is, but I'm not sure. Deer farming with meat and velvet. The difficulty is the way we farm in New Zealand for animals is so rare in the world. Oh, the farming agency bought their models from the same people. Okay. Interesting. Alright, see if we can get this wrapping. Chicka chicka wow wow. Oh, that sort of wrap, Argsy. Right, we're on the field. Clear that course, bales left, collect wrap bales. Too far away from the field. Ah, because we're not in the field. Field position. Done. Right, let's see if it goes through. Right, perfect. Oh look, I haven't showed you this either. The local bale dealer has inherited an old Volvo with a rather large fork on there. We'll only lift 2 silage bales at a time though. Kind of need to upgrade some weights on the back, but we do have that there now. So that's so we don't have to manhandle the bales off like we did last time. How's the sheep grouping going? They're having a party. I think we now have every sheep is all in the same spot. That's right, I was going to restart the game after I'd finished that last little bit, wasn't I? That's right. Right, let's fold that up. That's our windrowing done. I feel like we've been much more efficient by using some courseplay. It cost us $1,000 to mow that field though. Sure, we were on 3 grand when we started. How's it really? The way we farm, we all use the same gear worldwide. Big farms have to farm to the gear they buy that is support for. More the way we raise animals, I was thinking. Not so much the farming techniques, but from animal farming. You know, a lot of pasture raised animals, whereas I know I'm kind of generalizing, but I thought a lot of other areas used sort of feedlots and barns and those kind of things. Like the way there's very hardly a animal pen or anything in Farming Simulator that represents anything we'd do in New Zealand. What would be the best way to describe it? That was kind of what I was meaning. In terms of, you know, arable land and productions and all those kind of things. Very similar. Right. Ignore those posts. Is there any other standard crops on other than standard crops on Aussie Nomads? Yes, there is. There's quite a few extra crops on it. I know that there's been some issues with people trying to grow lentils on other servers. But let's have a look. What is on here? So there's all your standard crops. Grass, oilseed radish. And then we've got rice, spelt, triticale, millet, lucerne, carrots, onion, hops, chickpeas, and lentils. And those carrots are bonus carrots because I don't have the premium expansion enabled, so that's an extra. That's not based on those. So there is a few options in there, but I have heard that lentils were causing issues on servers. So disappearing sheep, you reckon? Could do. Could do. Are they still? Yep, still having their convention in the middle of the field. Who knows? Dairy farming is different to American. Yeah. Yep. That's kind of what I was meaning. You know, we've got 40 hectares of beef farm out behind us, which is my parents' farm, and you know, there's 25 fields there that's got 20 head of cattle and 5 of them, and they rotate around. And in winter they might get break fed, so given strips of food and strips of grass, strips of the field, and some supplement to go with it. Normally wrapped silage bales. But it's very rare. I think I can remember once when it was an incredibly wet winter, we wintered some cattle inside the yards. So basically they spent 2 or 3, 4 weeks in the cattle yards being fed, so they didn't have any space, and they just made this huge mess because we weren't set up for it. Remember the diesel? Brian, yes. The courseplay will tell me when it's getting low on diesel anyhow, so it'll probably say work has stopped and I'll have to go and fill it up. running on the fumes of an oily rag. Push these extra crops along with others who are on all maps. It's very difficult because some extra crops have been done really, really well. Like I'd say, the way BC Bueller did like the flax and peas and or green peas or whatever it was on Edgewater, you know, did those really well. But then things like hops and that are a little bit different. Not sure about those. 1,800 acres across 2 farms, 1,000 for beef and 800 for dairy. Some good areas there, Ryan. You've ever catch newborn calves because they can run really fast. I used to love doing that as a kid. Getting out and trying to catch them. How long in real life does it take to a bale to turn to silage? I actually don't know, Paul. I actually don't know. I mean, the definition of silage, like a wrapped bale of grass like this is not truly going to be silage the way the silage is, I don't think. It's going to ferment slightly different, but I don't know. There you go. 6 weeks, Ryan says. 6 weeks wrapped before you can use it. Hey Victor, good morning mate. Right, the Great Sheep Convention. They're plotting something. Oh, look at them, they're all looking outwards now. Alright, before I finish the stream, I'm gonna exit out and log back in and see what happens. See if they reconvene. You're having a good day. Pleased to hear that, Victor. You had a baby lamb called Lambert. We've had baby lambs. What have our kids called their lambs? We've had one called Chelsea, because my oldest boy's a Chelsea Football Club fan. We've had one called Flash, and another one called Daffodil. Flash, actually you've seen Flash. Share, you saw my video of Llama, didn't you? It was Flash who made an appearance in my little video at Llama. That was my boy's pet lamb. He's now massively obese. Sheep Expo official. Yep. Playing Among Us or something like that. And standing in a circle chanting, "One of us, one of us." You make silage in 12 hours with lawn clippings. It's amazing how quickly, when you put lawn clippings in a pile, how warm they get, eh? How quickly they ferment. We'll start the process in that heat. Pretty impressive. Right. I feel like we've made some good progress actually today. I didn't think we were going to get this far through this field, but using a helper has definitely been a big advantage. So I think I'm going to make more use of having hired help on the farm. We are going to have to possibly jump forward to October, the next day in October, and hopefully have some more silage bales to sell to make a little bit more cash. Have a little bit of operating money, or we're going to be stone cold broke pretty soon. This turning circle, this thing sucks. Titanic had more chance of dodging an iceberg than this thing does. Why hay barns used to burn down? Yeah. Yep. It's a real risk putting damp hay in a barn, stacking it. Stone Cold Steve broke. Yep. As long as I can still have a drink. I had a beer. I had another beer. Then another beer. Then I had a tequila. Big fan of Stevie G, Victor. He's doing some alright stuff in his managerial career, isn't he? Haven't really been following that side of things. Actually, speaking of that, what's happening in the... Who follows the A-League? Who's Australian and follows what's happening? What's the score in the Adelaide? 2-0. No. Looks like they're going to become the premiers and the Phoenix are going to finish second. Bummer. Still, oops, my pickup's not down. Not a bad achievement for a little old Kiwi club that was given no chance of making the finals this year. Thought they were going to be not relegation, but wooden spooner contenders. Silage bunkers are known to be a birthplace for bacteria. Makes sense, really, doesn't it, when you think about it in that way? Four farm cats. Shit, they'll keep you on your toes. Interesting they've gone to the middle. Like, if they figured out if they go to the middle, they can't get cornered. You said sheep weren't smart. So what part of New Zealand are you in MDC? My rapper tractor's done an alright job, picking up a whole heap. Better than it did last time. Only watch a rugby game if the Chiefs are playing. Right. It's in north of me and south of Auckland. That's quite a broad catchment too, though. Tells where he lives. Don't you like them? The old green and gold? The Australian gold out there, they're green beforehand. Originally from Tikawiti. The home of Pine Tree. Also one of the few places that runs sheep down their main street once a year. City of the future, eh, Hamilton? fastest growing city in New Zealand at the moment. So I hear. That baler's gone all the way over there to pick that bale up. I'm pretty impressed with that actually. There's plenty around here for it to find. TA Grizz. I don't know what that is. Which states that. Right, what do we got? 4 more to go. So they've ended up pretty even in size, haven't they? Interesting when you look and see how much more land we've got to go. We've actually got quite a bit still sitting up in here. Oh. Did I ever go to the Hamilton supercars? Nah, I didn't, Ryan. Missed those ones. I've seen the supercars at Pukekohe, Taupo, and Bathurst. Ah, Te Awamutu. Right. Well, there's my claim to fame. I designed the farmland store in Te Kuiti, and I designed the farmland store in Te Awamutu. And 16 or 17 other ones around the country. Farmlands customers. You've gone so long you can't spell anymore. You got it right. Te Awamutu, that looks right. You got a free pass because you built scaffolding in the supercars in Hamilton. Nice one. It's interesting seeing all the characters walking around at Taupo. I'm hopeful they're going to, that they might, after having 1 year under their belts, now might look to make some more upgrades to the circuit to improve the number of people they can get in there and then the infrastructure for getting them in and out of it. It was a bit chaotic at the end on the Sunday, but we survived, made it out the door. What part of New Zealand are you in? About 20 minutes south of Hanmer Springs on an 1800 hectare sheep, beef and deer farm. Nice. Nice. I am in the Manawatu, Brian. We're about 10 minutes out of Palmerston North. And live on... We've got a couple of acres that we subdivided off my parents' farm. Or part of the farm. And live out here, but I work in town. Got my own architecture practice. So, by day I design buildings, by night I drive tractors. Yeah, he will make it happen. That's what I like about, like, you know, he makes things happen. He's got the business nous, but also the financial backing to make it happen. I'll just say, just as we're running down this last windrow, which is going to get pretty fat down here at the end. Grizz, you're a star for suggesting the bigger tyres, because we've had absolutely none of those hiccups we had last time we ran this baler on this tractor, so thank you, my friend. Much appreciated. Gotta reset the bale counter. What are we up to? 253. We got 105 off the... Have we got 100 and almost 150 bales off this field? No way. That cannot be correct. It's bonkers if it is. Bathurst in the 90s, it was a party getting in and getting out. It was not a race. I was actually blown away with how, when we did go to Bathurst, how quickly we did get it in and out. We were in a tour bus, but it was real fast. Right. I didn't install that unload part bale mod like I was going to. Bother. Hope we can find enough grass around to get to 100%. We should be able to. Only 6 away. big chunk over there I can see. Decent stripe there too. $5.96, 96. Is this going to be enough, or am I going to have to backtrack? That's alright. Not going to complain too much. Right, Dunskies. Baling complete. So that is the end until I make another field. That's the end of any silage work, really. Or any bale work. Next job's going to be more focused on the arable side of things. Getting these crops ready and harvested and sold and making some money for that, and then planning some more upgrades for the farm. Must be bedtime, can't type or spell. We all have those problems. It's called old age. Right. And there we go, that's that finished. In fact, what I should do, put this on the plough because that's going to be its next job. I need to stop getting into the habit of driving through these posts. Stop watching Bathurst when Holden announced them closing down manufacturing. Yeah, it's definitely, it's not, I was actually quite impressed. It's the first time seeing the Gen 3 cars last weekend, and I was actually genuinely impressed with them from a spectacle point of view. Watching in that, they looked really good on the track. The weight of the tractor plays a big part in how it handles. True. Right. Where have you got to? You're all the way over here. That was good timing. Looks like he's stuck. Still 35 bales to go. There is a lot of bales out there. Oops. Oh, goodness. Balance, Bruce? Question mark. Balance agri-nutrients? Father-in-law used to work for Balance. Glad to join your stream and hope to see you when you're streaming next. Good night. Yeah, cheers, MDC. Pleasure to meet you, mate. Take it easy, and yeah, it'd be cool to catch you again. We'll be live on stupid o'clock on Sunday morning, New Zealand time, so 7 AM Sunday mornings. My next stream, that's going to be a multiplayer stream too, I should suspect. Possibly on Southern Pastures. So here we go. Have to go to next year's llama. I would love to share, but I cannot justify 2 trips around the globe for that. It would be awesome, but it's already a stretch taking 2 weeks away from the family for FarmCon again this year. They better have something good there for me. Go to FarmCon and all we hear is that there's another third-party DLC being made, and it's a John Deere pack with the new 9RX, and that's it. We missed reading chat. We've talked about that before, Ryan. I think you've said about that. Stuck. was terrible aim. Goodness, maybe I need to go to bed too. Right, I think what I might do, I've got a few more bales to go. I might save the game and do our little reset now and just see what's going to happen, because I am starting to fade just a touch. So let's do this. Let's shut that down. We'll save that. All the great races, they would have been all the good ones. 87 to 70 was that, 90 to 2004. Would have been some good times back then, that's for sure. Right. Jump out of that. And let's go and see what happens. Right, let that load back in and see what the sheep are doing. I'm hoping that's going to fix it. If it's just something about resetting it, maybe there was an issue. I don't know if the save game has anything funny in it. I'm just going to have a look. Where's my save game folder? Or which one was it for? Because it's only recently been saved. Did that create any funny XMLs for that? I did have a load bale early. No, can't see anything in there that might play with the animals. I'll tell you what I'm going to do to finish things off. Right. Still got one out here though, where we shouldn't. So I've definitely ended up back where they're good. So apart from that one there, they're all where they're meant to be at the moment, which is interesting. What's the animal? Let's have a look. It's only 750 grass, but their productivity is going up, which is the key thing. And health's going up. So that was what I really wanted to have happen. Oh, and one's already moved. Two's already moved. Oh, goodness. Exclamation mark Discord MDC. Give that a try. Right, what I was going to do is going to set up an auto drive down into town. Take the truck for a cruise. So we'll do that real quick. Down to the sell point and back. It'll take a good 5 minutes. Right. Nice and clear in the center of the yard. So let's turn that on. Start a record. Create a bit of a course out of here. I think I might have to get out there and paint that bit of grass out with, now that I know that the meadow grass is in the game. Hadn't seen that. Stopped and checked for cars even though I know there's no traffic on the map. Good habit to be in. There you go. That link should work. Let me know if that one doesn't, and I'll grab you another one. I just realised the crossing arms are on the wrong side. Funny. So I think for next week, if we can get, I might spend some time, I might try and get all those bales loaded up and out, and then we can focus on that field and getting it planted and ploughed. I might even skip into the next day to see if we can get some of those bales fermented, in which case we could be loading a truck and setting it down here on auto drive while we're doing some of that other work. And double up on a few things, because we are going to need some money very soon. We don't have much left. It's been fun though, I've had a great stream. Really enjoyed it tonight. It's been great to have a bit of a chat, lots of friendly banter. Lots to talk about, which is good. Makes things go a whole lot faster. Reminder, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up. It'd be awesome if you did. Getting close to that friendly 50. So it'd be cool to get over those 50 likes before the end of the stream. I'm sure we can do it. There'll be a couple of you there who haven't even thought about hitting the thumbs up yet. It's just slipped your mind. Huh. Jeez, mate. Alright, there we go. You working from home today, FSG? I mean, a pleasure to have your company for so much of the stream. Nice one. Writing a paper on the ethics of generative AI. Did you use generative AI to write the paper? Because that'd be just fantastic. We're getting our business website built at the moment, and the web designer for that's been giving us some content to put on it, and then she's been going through and, I don't know, AIing it and Grammarlying it, or I don't know, whatevering it, making it sound prettier than my uncouth mind can consider. An interesting process. Might have to now. Yeah. AI is great for code. I've heard about that. You got a copy of it last night, FSG, nice. I actually, I went out on a limb today and dropped them an email to see if they'd share a copy with me so I could have a look at it. I have to have a look and see if they've come back yet, don't know. But why not? Don't ask, you don't get, right? Right, told you that'd take a good 5 minutes. Oh, you met him at Llama. Ah. Is he I didn't realise he was English. British. Or wherever he's from. Isn't that funny, like, you know, Lancey Boy and Mappers Paradise sort of do these impressive US maps, and British guys. Hard case. Alright, there we are. So if we just go in here, Now the long-term plan, and something I have to do at some stage, is that we need to cycle around behind the shed, and that's going to connect up back down the side there, so when we've got the grain bins, that's where we're going to go. Right, I should have my lines above the truck, but I don't. Here we go. Right. Well, that's our auto drive course done. I should put a label on one of them at least to go down. And in fact, you know what we'll do? Turn that off because we're going to need that soon. But if we jump, left that running. What's happening with the sheep? Look, they've all congregated in the middle again. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, there we go. We can actually use. I need to remember the name of the sell point. Which one's this one? Farm fair? Agricultural fair. That ag fair. Oops, did I create that? I didn't. I cancelled it. There we go. Right. There's two sell points. Or two courses done at least. I guess in the long run, I mean, that's from there to there. Potentially one down to the port, although I know the port sell point doesn't work too well. So that might be all we need. We've got the Hey Australia over there too. Animal dealer in case we want to do that. Main shop. So a few other things to think about, which would be good. Now, one other thing I was going to do while I remember. Go put some diesel in this. Silabuki making great US maps. Thanks for the stream. Listening away in the background. Thanks, Farms and Bob. Yes, and he's working with Mappers Paradise on Monet Seeds. Hey, Olaf, how you done? There we go. We got to 53 likes too. So I can end things now. Go to bed happy. Oh, there's no diesel in the tank or something. No, it's empty. Told you. Now where's the fill point? Right, what can we afford? Not that much. You know, it's grim times when you're having to buy 200 litres of diesel at once. Do I have to be a bit closer? Go. Right, we'll leave that filling up and, well, wrap things up there, I think. How do you turn those lines off with auto drive? Those ones there? It's just the exclamation mark. Show them when you're editing. So if you turn that off, then you've got none of the edit. So there's the record, route manager. You delete waypoints, edit targets. So if you don't have that, then none of those show up. That's all that is. And then if you go into settings, line height above tractor, apply. That's the easier one to do it with because that lifts them all up. So when you're driving, you can actually see it above your vehicle. Much easier to record with. Well, I find it easier anyhow. Right, turn that off. Have to get it put away. But there we go. Let's go up here. Go and hang out with our sheep in the having their little seance or whatever it is. Look at them. Yeah, funny, they tend to face me pretty quick. I don't think they like being exposed the way they were. Don't know why. Right, there we go. That's us done. Thank you, everyone. It's been a pleasure. It's been a fun stream tonight. It's always nice to just sit down and chew the fat and play the game without any of that sort of added stress or you know, having to record a video as such. It's yeah, it's just nice just to play the game and have some fun and talk about it with you all. So huge thank you, Ryan, for that super generous super chat. You're awesome, mate. Much appreciated. Tim as well came through with a big one as well. To him, Chinook, if you're still floating around, mate, huge thank you as well to you for those gifted memberships, and obviously all the new members. If you're having your YouTube account is synced, that sheep's doing the old Like Chariots of Fire. Dun, 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 dun. Stop now. If you are a new member, sync your YouTube account with Discord, get onto Discord, and that'll give you access to the members only part of the Discord. Not much goes on there, it's a little bit quiet. I have been doing a couple of streams from that on a Monday night occasionally, just recording a video and just being in Discord and being able to chat to you guys. So if you want to join that, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, otherwise, that is us all done. Where am I streaming from this weekend, Tam? Possibly Southern Cross Station. Southern Pastures. Which looks like Southern Cross Station because it is. But yeah, maybe Southern Pastures. We'll see where we end up. But if they're all Shelbrook, one or the other. We'll see. See where we go. But yeah, anyhow, thank you all very much for hanging out. Finnish Farmer sneaking in there. You're welcome, mate. No worries. Thank you very much for carrying on your membership as well. But yeah, you guys all have a wonderful rest of your week. We will be around on the weekend at some stage. And we'll see what we do. We'll end up somewhere. We'll end up somewhere. So keep an eye out for things. And yeah, have fun. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you again soon. Bye.